Hi, I'm going to talk to you about Abraham Maslow. Um, he was a psychologist who was born in New York on April 1st, 1908. He died in 1970. He was the oldest of 7 children. People typically described him as a smart child but shy. He described his childhood as not unhappy but more so lonely. His father wanted him to study law, but he went on to study psychology at the University of Wisconsin. And from 1931 to 1951, he worked at Brooklyn College, where he found 2 mentors that he felt that they could be friendly and that he was proud of them professionally. And he started monitoring them and taking notes on them. And this actually began building his lifelong research and thinking about mental health and human potential. It additionally helped with his ideas on hierarchical needs, meta needs, self-actualizing persons, and peak experiences. He became the leader of the humanist school of psychology in the 1950s. And Maslow actually saw human needs arranged like a ladder, and so that's the Maslow's hierarchical need pyramid. And so it was motivational theory in psychology of a 5-tier model of hierarchical levels in the pyramid, and Maslow suggested that the needs lower down in the hierarchy must be satisfied before individuals can tend to needs that are higher up. And once growth needs have been satisfied, then on each level, then the individual will reach the highest level called self-actualization. And in this level, the individuals are becoming all that one is capable of and doing things to their full potential. He also believed that individuals could fluctuate between levels when progress was disrupted. So if somebody experienced a divorce or loss of a loved one, then their belonging and love needs would need to be revisited and be met before they could continue up the pyramid. And so you think, well, how does this apply to education? And it's interesting because just as our needs need to be met outside of the classroom on this pyramid, so does a student's needs in order to reach their full potential and apply themselves. And so if a student's needs are met, then they will apply themselves educationally, and it can also be used in classroom management to reduce behaviors because these students are getting their needs met, and so they're not acting out to try to fulfill those needs and what they require. And so while we can't control their home environment, which plays a big role in the pyramid, we can control their classroom environment, which may help with those needs. And so as a teacher, there are things that you can do to try to accomplish meeting those goals with those students. And so first, on the bottom of the pyramid, we have the psychological needs, and that's the air, food, and water. It's your basic needs that you need. So one way that a teacher can try to meet those needs is by allowing water bottles in the classroom, or you may have that student who comes to school hungry and doesn't get fed outside of the classroom, and so you make sure that there are healthy snacks available for that student, or in the morning at breakfast time or at lunchtime that they are getting seconds or whatever they need to get their tummies full. And so next above physiological needs is their safety needs. And so, like I said, outside of the classroom is kind of out of your control, but inside the classroom you can create a safe, trustworthy environment because the students need that security and stability to fulfill the needs on that side of the pyramid. And so above that is love and belonging needs. And these are the social needs, the psychological needs. And so students want to feel like they belong and that they are loved and that somebody cares about them. And so the teacher can make well thought out seating arrangements. Are we seating students in groups that they typically gravitate towards each other, or are we making seating arrangements where these students can build relationships, can form friendships, and get that sense of belonging instead of being the kid who always sits to the side or doesn't participate? Just want to encourage that so that they're getting that social needs. And then next above that are the esteem needs. So these, the teacher can provide students with specific compliments, feedback, immediate feedback, helpful feedback, that you're giving these students the opportunity to make corrections, to improve on their work. Are we telling students that they are doing a good job when they do? Are we telling students they've worked hard to accomplish their goals? Are we showing them that they are accomplishing those goals so that we're building on that self-esteem? We are showing these students they can be successful. And so at the top of the pyramid is self-actualization. And so this is where students are reaching their full potential because they've met all of their other needs on the pyramid, and they are utilizing their strengths, they are applying themselves, they are not being disruptive, they're following the classroom expectations and rules, and they're becoming all that they're capable of. So it's important on the education side, when we're in the classroom with these students, that we are not only meeting their educational needs, but meeting their other necessary needs that they need to reach their full potential. Thanks.